Time back here in the U.S. at this hour, this massive outage impacting more than 1 million Verizon wireless customers across the country. From New York City to Atlanta, Charlotte to Houston and beyond, who or what is behind this? Here's our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, tonight.
Tonight, tens of thousands of Verizon wireless customers can't make a phone call after a nationwide outage affecting voice and data service. Emergency alerts going out on social media urging those without service to find a different way to reach 911. In the last 24 hours, more than 1 million Verizon customers in New York, Atlanta, Charlotte, Houston, and elsewhere reported no service, seeing SOS instead of network bars on the corner of their phones. The outage appeared to reach its peak just after noon today. Verizon said, "We know this is a huge inconvenience," adding, "We understand the impact this has on your day and remain committed to resolving this as quickly as possible." Verizon has not said what caused the outage, but David, law enforcement sources are telling us so far it does not appear to be the result of a cyber attack, rather a problem with a server in New Jersey. David?
Aaron Katersky on this. Thank you, Aaron.
The killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped, and it's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or executions. So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it. I'm sure if it happens, we'll all be very upset, including you will be very upset.
And moments ago, Iran closed its airspace without explanation, at least temporarily. Here to discuss this, Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton. Senator, 3 hours ago, we were hearing that America could be planning military strikes against Iran. However, the president came out and made those kind of cryptic comments about the killing stopping. Then Iran closes its airspace, and we're moving personnel out of our military bases in the region. What the heck's going on here?
Well, Laura, what I would recommend is rather than closing its airspace, it stop the violence against its own people. The massacre of innocent civilians now probably numbers in the thousands. President Trump has made it clear he's not going to tolerate this kind of wanton violence against the people who are simply yearning for freedom after 47 years of oppression by the Ayatollahs, which are also spreading revolutionary violence and terror around the world with the blood of hundreds of Americans on their hands. I think President Trump this afternoon was specifically referring to certain public executions that were scheduled that it appears at the time had not gone forward. We'll find out, as he said. But he's been very clear in his demands that the Ayatollahs stop the wanton violence against their own people.
Senator Cotton, you get confidential, top secret briefings in your position in the Senate. The American people aren't privy to what the administration does know about what's happening there. But as usual, I think people are concerned. They're concerned that we could be edging toward war. They're concerned that helping Iran, in a noble pursuit indeed, how does that help the average American who's still struggling to pay some bills? And you see it online, and these are MAGA diehards who have some concerns, not overly freaking out, but some concerns here.
Yeah, Laura, and I can understand that. First, I'd point to what you might call the President Trump way of war. If you look at the most consequential, bold, and audacious actions he's taken, the killing of the ISIS leader in Syria, the killing of Iran's terrorist mastermind in Iraq, the strikes against Iran's nuclear programs last year, and the masterful apprehension of Nicolas Maduro just a couple weeks ago. These look nothing like the Iraq or Afghanistan war. They were not commitments of tens of thousands of troops on open-ended missions. These were direct, bold strikes that advance clear national security priorities. And of course, Iran has been terrorizing the United States and the civilized world for 47 years. As I said, they've got the blood of hundreds of Americans on their hands. And unless there's a fundamental change in the behavior of the Ayatollahs, the only way Iran will stop being this source of instability, disorder, chaos, and violence is for the Iranian people to take their future in their hands, again, yearning for freedom for 47 years. It would certainly be better for us and all of our friends if Iran was not exporting revolutionary violence and terror every day.
Senator, the added benefit of cleaving China away from Iran, that can't be understated. either, if indeed there's new leadership there. Senator, we'll be watching this closely. Thank you so much, sir.
Tonight, amid President Trump's continuing threats that the U.S. will take Greenland, officials from Greenland and Denmark came to the White House today. The president just today signaling anything less than the U.S. controlling Greenland is unacceptable. What those officials said when they came out of the meeting. Here's Mary Bruce.
Tonight, as President Trump escalates his push to take over Greenland, top officials from Greenland and Denmark traveling to Washington to plead their case to the Vice President and Secretary of State. But they emerged saying the two sides have a, quote, fundamental disagreement.
We didn't manage to change the American position. It's clear that the president has this wish of conquering over Greenland. We made it very, very clear that this is not in the interest of the kingdom.
Trump says the U.S. needs Greenland for national security and has not ruled out using military force to get it.
I would like to make a deal of, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way.
Denmark, our NATO ally, says they're happy to work with the U.S. to bolster security in the region.
But that doesn't mean that we want to be owned by the United States.
A new poll shows 86% of voters, including 68% of Republicans, oppose using military force to seize Greenland. And as Trump ramps up his threats, Denmark now increasing their military presence in Greenland and asking other NATO allies to help. Sweden today also sending troops. Tonight, Republican Senator Mitch McConnell warning if the U.S. takes on a NATO ally, it would be incinerating the hard-won trust of loyal allies. But President Trump insists NATO would be stronger with Greenland, quote, in the hands of the United States, adding anything less than that is unacceptable.
And we'll see how it all works out. I think something will work out.
At this hour, we have learned 4 NASA astronauts are beginning to make their trip back to Earth after one of them suffered that serious medical issue. Just a short time ago, they boarded a SpaceX capsule and undocked from the International Space Station. Their mission cut short because of that undisclosed problem. They are scheduled to splash down in the Pacific Ocean off Southern California overnight, and of course, we'll keep you posted right here tomorrow night. Actor Kiefer Sutherland was arrested in Hollywood after an alleged altercation with a rideshare driver. Police say the designated survivor star assaulted and threatened the driver early Monday morning. Sutherland was released on $50,000 bond. He's expected back in court on February 2nd. Tonight, Saks Global, the parent company of 2 of the most iconic stores, Saks Fifth Avenue and Neiman Marcus, filing for bankruptcy protection. Both stores facing dwindling sales and increasing debt. A new Saks Global leadership team will try to reorganize and keep those stores open. Tonight, a chocolate recall. Spring and Mulberry recalling its mint leaf date-sweetened chocolate bars for potential salmonella contamination. All of the bars have lot code 025255. Customers can request a refund if you missed that number. We have more on our website for you.